invite the CEO of Discover Pakistan, Dr. Kaisar Rafiq. Welcome, sir. Also, I would like to, by virtually, invite Mr. Aftabur Rahman Rana, Managing Director of Pakistan Tourism Development Corporation. Welcome you all. We started that Mr. Mr. Aftab Rana, Managing Director of Pakistan Development Corporation, Dr. Kaisar Rafiq, CEO of Pakistan, Ms. Sumera Ishaq, CEO of World Tourism Forum, and Mr. Kamran Ansari, Director General of Worship. Also, I will recognize some important personalities who have participated here. Mr. Harif Ishaq, who came all the way, and I thank you for coming here. He's a leading businessman in UAE and in the region, especially in publicity and advertising and many areas. And another important person is Sultan Saab. He's also leading businessman. He's a board of Dubai. He has a water business taking care of in UAE. He's a golfer. He's always very young. So I recognize him also. Thank you for coming. And thank you all in person for being here. Especially the Bob family coming from always from Abu Dhabi. Also, all those who joined virtually, I welcome them also. This is a very important subject when Pakistan Tourism Development Conference discussion for seeing how Pakistan will promote the thing. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to Expo 2025 and to our very own Pakistan Pavilion. Such a beautiful, such an important. Just to share with you today, 13,000 people. Today only, we exceeded millions of visitors here. To Pakistan Pavilion, headed by Mr. Bandari, we are very thankful to him for providing facility here to do the event. This is the 120th event here. We are 120th event here today. And I'm really thankful, especially Mr. Rao and all the team members and our Pablo. Pakistan Pavilion for the past 6 months has received millions of visitors from Pakistan. And many residents, the majority of them from the international community. And this 6 months is a very big period, and I appreciate the government of Pakistan did nicely what they did. They shared the first month, they took it to show followed by Punjab, then followed by Sindh, then KPK, then Pakistan, and now Kashmir is going on. So all these things was there, and it's so active that everyone comes, they have their show, they have their activity, they have their many MOUs, they sign it, each one. It is a way that will a lot of foreign direct investment, especially for this. If you enter Pakistan Pavilion, you can see the history, the way they take it to 9,000 years old. People, it's a really hidden treasure. You can imagine, and then they are showing our tourism, our religious tourism, our culture, the Kailash area, and many things which is really remarkable. And it is eye-opening for not only overseas Pakistanis or those visiting, but other nationalities also. So, having said that, Pakistan Business Professional Council, Abu Dhabi has been actively promoting the tourism in Pakistan. We have done series of, as I said, there are 20. And these are, and Mr. Nadeem Shahid, which is traveled all the way from Austria to attend this. I really thank Nadeem Shahid Saab coming with the family here. And he's leading, we have opportunity to do events. He has taken our area from here to Europe. And that is what I want to applaud him for coming all the way. Just to share with you, today is 20th. On 15th of March, we signed MOU with 7 organizations. It's not possible. 7 organizations at one time. And with, of course, Mr. Nadeem Shahid was leading on that. And Dr. Kaisar was there, part of it. Aftab Rana Sahab was there. And Women Guide Travel Association President and the team was there. So we have, and Kuasar University, so all we signed in MOU. The purpose of this MOU is in line with the Government of Pakistan policy, how to promote Pakistan tourism. That is the subject we took, and we are working on that. But before I start this, since we are on 20th March, I must commend the Expo 22 exhibition. Possibly there will be no other opportunity to say that. And Mr. Hanif Merchant Saab will vouch me how Dubai has started it when it was in a shed. They do the exhibition in somewhere 2002, 2001. And from there they travel to Expo 2020. This line is not very 18 years or 20 years. I really applaud the Dubai government and the UAE government for doing this great work. I will share with you, because this is going live, having 192 pavilion here, and they're all here. They target 25 million people to come here. Imagine how much travel. 25 million people to come here. And they achieve up to 18, 19 million. It's commendable, sir. It's really commendable. Under pandemic, when Dubai started on 1st October, we were in pandemic. And the world was watching them. The world was watching them, how it will happen. And we, Dubai or UAE, showed the way to the world to open. And we opened it up. Although Omicron distracted us, but now I'm thankful to the Expo management. I'm thankful to the vision of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid and his team member for monitoring and seeing this successful event. Dubai economy was affecting because of pandemic, is my opinion. Now maybe I go wrong, but after this pandemic, after this expo, I think it will grow geometrically. Mind it, Dubai, UAE both will, and mind it, 192 pavilion, their ministers, their prime ministers, their people were here. So in their country also, they will have business. It's not only UAE has a business, they will have business also. So I really commend them. how they do that and what the big impact. Now I come to the Pakistan Pavilion, where we have, I said, 13,000 people, but millions of people already visited. And what a great pavilion. I have many discussions prior to this that how they did this great, beautiful work. And they explain it's all best practices. If you go to dhaba food, you can see the quality of food. You go to outside, everyone is jammed around our pavilion. They want picture. So that's really commendable to Pakistan Pavilion, especially TDAP and the government of Pakistan for managing them. Just open and managing how they nicely manage. Now, the impact. Now, basically, if you see, what we get it is the tourism, the tourist. So many overseas Pakistani now they will go back to Pakistan because they are already started going. Many foreigner, non-Pakistani will go back to Pakistan because 192 nationality living. You must commend the tolerance of this country that they cater for 192 country here in United Arab Emirates. See the tolerance level. In other countries, maybe see how the people has come, why they have come to our country, why they're taking our business. But look their heart, 192 countries living in this area peacefully, not easy. I commend the government of United Arab Emirates for that, for showing ways and means how they can do that. This is remarkable, I must say, to Dubai. Whatever you appreciate is less. I must say, whatever we say less. And now the challenge for Pakistan Tourism Development Corporation, because this is the only leading organization. Aftab Saab is heading and leading there, and they will receive all these tourists. And these tourists, they have to provide facilities because not only overseas Pakistani will go there, but other people will also go there. And Pakistan has the highest peak, majority of highest peak is there. And already the monitoring thing, that now they will improve and they will go for skiing or the other resort. They always say, the Japanese or the Far Eastern, they always go for that. And now more people will go there after this. And Pakistan has a desert. And desert where you can say that GCC countries people go there and use our desert, which we are very proud and thankful. And they're doing for last decades. And many people are going. I used to go also there on my own when I was living in Karachi, in Manchar Lake. It's a beautiful where for shooting birds there. It's a beautiful lake there. Pakistan has nearly 1,500 kilometers of seabed. It's with a scenic view from Gwadar or border of Iran to Port Qasim and Karachi. That's the area to be developed. That is a big potential. You know, without sea, no country is there. And Pakistan is blessed not only and the location wise. The location is such an ideal where all the countries, nearly 50% of the population is accessible to Pakistan. Also, Pakistan is blessed with our religious sites. Religious sites and also historical sites. Taxila, Mohenjo-daro, Hassan Abdal, you name, and in Lahore. So there are areas which attract, but there's the challenges. I don't know how these challenges to be done, but we are the overseas Pakistani and we will try how we can do. Especially, we should have the quality hotels. We should have trained travel guides. We have to have transport facilities in all area and especially more flights from Karachi or from Lahore to all this area. This is a humongous task, I must say. This is the challenge for everyone to do that. And we have to provide some special attraction, annual events or more flights, sports facilities, a lot of this thing. And it is not, it will have opportunity by like when in Dubai people used to come to do see the exhibition here, and that time not many people know The region comes here, they attend the exhibition, and then they say, can we establish a company? And they establish the company. That's why the free zone came here. The FDI started coming. Tourism started there. This becoming a hub. This is the part, the way work, and same thing, it can happen in Pakistan. If the tourist is coming there, and if you provide proper facilities in Karachi, in Lahore, in Islamabad, in Peshawar, there will be attraction of FDI because it's a very resourceful country. We have a lot of raw materials, a lot of human resources are there. But we have to work a lot to improve our skilled worker. And this is the challenge, again, where I always say that we should train our skilled worker, like from taking on technology, taking on welding, taking on plumbing, electrician, but all should be certified. And that's the reason we signed with Kohosar University, another university, that they should do vocational training on that. And if this, we have a skilled worker like Philippines, if you go there, they specialize in training nurses. There are nurses all over the world. We should do all these things. We have a resourceful, good human resource. Even we need nurses there in Pakistan. So these are some challenges. And with that, I want to close it, my speech, and I would like to invite Shahid Nadeem Saab to address you all, and can listen to him. He can update how we can go forward from here. Thank you very much again for coming. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Dr. Anis, for introducing me and always kind to me. And I would like to thank you, Dr. Kaisar Rafiq, who came just for this event from Pakistan. Ms. Merai Saab, who accepted our invitation and joined us today. All together here to promote Pakistan tourism, culture and trade. I would also like to thank you, Mr. Aftabur Rahman Rana, His Excellency. He joined us virtually from Islamabad, as well as I am thankful to Mr. Kamran Lishari. He joined us also virtually from Lahore. Mr. Aftabur Rahman Rana, he is the Managing Director for Pakistan Tourism Development Corporation, and Kamran Lashari Saab, he is the Director General of Walid City Lahore Development Authority. Thank you for all of you joining today in this very important event and discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I will say a few words, might few of you understand or not, but the meaning is same. Ahlan is Arabic word, say hello, hello, hola, bonjour, namaskar, namaste, all are the same words, and having the same meanings, ladies and gentlemen. It means the different, representing different cultures, different societies. It doesn't matter, it's a French, German, Italian, Arabic. On this today's platform, when we are promoting the Pakistan Tourism Development Conference idea, on that platform, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome all of them, what I have mentioned now, the name, different languages, culture, that we welcome you on this platform to visit us, visit Pakistan. It's a beautiful land, having all you need by living there in a West society from last 15 years. So we have excellent ski resorts. We have old everything history there. We have a culture, food, everything you need, and economical. Ladies and gentlemen, medical. This is also a field, medical tourism. Some people come just to visit, like they go from Europe to Turkey. They come to UAE, they come to other European Eastern countries. So the Pakistan having not only the tourism for you, everything, the Pakistan have also, you come to visit for a religious purpose, you can come for a medical purpose, economical, all you can taste, all you can have there. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea of Pakistan Tourism Conference, why we have this event and what is the idea behind that conference. I was thinking that how living abroad we can help our Pakistan country, our society, our economy. So because as we all know, the political scenario, the ups and downs, after 2-3 years, everything. So there must be some platform, something that stay. It doesn't matter which government is coming, which government is going, who is coming, who is going, which bureaucrat is coming, which is going. The idea is there, the platform is there, who gradually improve, who gradually expand in future. So that was the idea to start the project Pakistan Tourism Development Conference. The purpose of this conference is a yearly conference. We are taking all stakeholders because I believe unless government is expanding a lot, millions, billions of there, we need still improvement in our areas, the mountain areas, they need still the development is necessary there. But in this scenario, what we need also to take stakeholders on board. Stakeholders mean the tourism, there are the tourist guide, there are the travel agencies, the channels, everything, hotels, resorts, they must be on board to start on that level, and they must be connected to the world to start a tourism. Because if we talk about tourism, if our package is not available in the other countries, how you can attract the tourism there? Because what I see, I'm living West in 15 years, I've not even seen a single Pakistani package selling there. So how you can attract the Pakistan, the tourists, okay, come and visit us, because nothing is available there. So the idea is we are connecting also all stakeholders to the world to start working together. That is the only thing to promote tourism in future. And recently Dr. Anis mentioned that we have signed a MOU between World Federation of Tourist Guide Association, is a world tourist guide body, which they will train the professional tourist guide in Pakistan. Recently we have signed Mr. Dr. Kasarafi, Discover Channel, they are the media partner. We have PBPC, Pakistan Business Professional Council, also on board. I am very thankful to all of them to join this very good event that we are promoting today. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea is the way we are also taking on board the other provinces as well, the other ministry to start at the same time. But virtually, Mr. Aftabur Rahman Rana is also listening. If we take the Pakistan other provinces also on board in this MOU to start on the same time, the training and everything what we are doing with through this project. So ladies and gentlemen, there are many opportunities and the purpose is we will have the stakeholders in this conference. We will also promote a culture like our music, fashion, everything that will be also a part of it. As well as, ladies and gentlemen, in this conference, we will also specifically targeting the tourist-related trade. That is the jewelry, that is the stone, that is the fashion, textile, leather goods, sport kills who attract the tourism. So we are not like combining to everything we can promote, but specifically targeting the tourism, the attraction for the tourism. So all together we are making this event. We had last year a virtual conference, 21, had in Vienna, and all partners, the BBC is here, Dr. Saab, Kessler Saab also here, Discover Channel, and PTDC is our partner, and also PIA joined us in this event, and all the other partners. So that was the follow-up of this MOU, and the next year Definitely, we had also planned to do it physical from next year to onward, because due to COVID that was not possible, but we will start it physical in the future. And the purpose is actually, if the tourists are not coming to Pakistan because they have some negative, the media portraying their whatever they are watching on the BBC, CNN. So I have friends, I know them since like 10 years, 15 years. When they met me, they say, okay, you are not the person like we see on the TV Pakistan. The media is portraying. The thing is, if they are not coming, but this event, we are taking them to every country to show them what Pakistan is. That we will start, we will discuss this also with the Dr. Anis and the other partners. The first event physical will be in Austria or Dubai, that we will decide later on, but that will be then go on to the other countries. We will go other countries to promote the tourism, we will promote through this culture, trade, and also the visa facilities, and we will engage all the stakeholders living based there in that country to connect them to the Pakistan and to start this process in future. So it will be then an initial thing that we can grow day by day, every month. Definitely the stakeholders will come and join us, and the event will grow in future, inshallah. And as the Dr. Anis was also saying that the expo, that how the UAE, Dubai, they have started it from 2001 to and now what we are seeing it today. After 20 years, look, the world is watching. The world was waiting for that. For 1 year they have postponed, the world was waiting for that event. So I see the Pakistan Tourism Development Conference, inshallah, one day will be identity of Pakistan in future to promote Pakistan tourism, culture and trade under this banner. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening me. And now I think I have to invite the Mr. Aftabur Rahman Rana, Managing Director, who has joined us virtually. So please, sir, over to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Shah sir. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Please go ahead.
May I request the moderator to please allow the screen sharing?
Okay.
No, my screen sharing.
Just stay with, we're in process. Go ahead now. We share the screen.
Yes, I hope you can see my screen clearly and also can hear me what I am saying. First of all, I would like to say Assalamu Alaikum and very warm greeting from Pakistan. And it's a great honor and pleasure for me to be part of this important tourism conference, which is taking place on the occasion of World March taking place in Dubai. I'm going to give you an overview of Pakistan as a tourist destination and also update on some of the initiatives which present government is taking for the promotion of tourism in Pakistan. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at this world map, you can see although Pakistan is a small country, but it is very strategically located in the Asia-Pacific region, where one side we have one of the great travel destination of China, which is largest tourist producing and tourist receiving country. On the other side, we have region of Middle East and Europe, and Pakistan is a country which has one of the great landscape from the highest mountains to the Arabian Sea. And that's one of the great opportunity for Pakistan to utilize its landscape beauty, its rich culture and heritage, and the great diversity which we have. So if we look at Pakistan's tourist map, we can find out that Pakistan is a country which is full of interesting tourist attractions. It ranges from the great landscape beauty as well as this great human history and also the living culture which we have. So I'm going to give you a brief glimpse of some of the main tourist attractions of Pakistan. First of all, I will take you to the province of Balochistan, then to the province of Sindh, then Punjab, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, and AJK. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful province of Punjab is the largest province of Pakistan. Almost 45% of Pakistan landmass is this province. And this is a very vast area with arid landscape, but this is famous because of its rich cultural diversity and landscape diversity. Quetta is the capital of Balochistan province, and it is one of the very, very interesting cities and also the 10th largest city of Pakistan. And this is also a gateway if people are traveling by road via Taftan from Iran to enter Pakistan. There are many interesting tourist sites around this city. And Ziyarat, which is about 2 hours drive from the capital city of Quetta, is a very famous hill station, and also it is one of the oldest juniper forests in the world. And this is the area which receives quite a lot of snow in winter, and also popular among domestic tourists from Sindh and Karachi who come in large number to enjoy the snowfall season of Ziyarat. Mehergarh, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the very, very interesting and ancient historical place which has almost a history of 9,000 years of humankind. And it is sometimes cited as the earliest known farming settlement in the South Asia. And if you see the colorful culture of Balochistan, you'll be amazed that the nomadic culture of Balochi, Brahvi, Pashto and Sindhi, which intermingle in this area, is really, really charming for the foreign and domestic visitors. And especially one of the most important aspects in terms of landscape of Balochistan is the coastal belt, which is called the Makaran Coast. Makaran Coast is more than 754 kilometers long, and there's a highway which links Karachi, passing through this rugged environment all the way to Gwadar. And on one side you have the beautiful sandy beaches of Makaran Coast. On the other side you have this kind of a rocky terrain, and there are many interesting historical sites are located in this area. And the communities all along this route are also very hospitable, and this could become one of the great marine tourism landscape on which now the present government of Balochistan is working to develop a master plan. This is the kind of landscape which you encounter while traveling from Karachi to Gwadar, and this is the highway Makaran Coast which is passing through this rugged, rocky and muddy landscape. And this province is also rich in great biological diversity because there are a number of protected areas and 2 large national parks. The largest national park of Pakistan is located in Balochistan by the name of Hingol. In many places people can come for wildlife watching and bird watching, and we can easily promote ecotourism in the province of Punjab. What I love most about Balochistan is its railway heritage. I always love to travel by train to Balochistan via Bolan Park, and a number of other small toy stations are located which could be developed as a railway heritage, the great journey rather in the world, where people can even travel on steam safari trains right up to Chaman and many other interesting routes. Then we come down to the province of Sindh. Sindh is the 3rd largest province of Pakistan, and it is famous as the cradle of civilization and land of Sufis and Sheikhs. And Karachi, which is the largest city of Pakistan and a port of Pakistan as well, is the capital of this province. And Karachi is also a hub of business activity, and there's quite a lot of interesting sites for tourists to go around in this city as well. And the greatest historical site in this province, ladies and gentlemen, is Mohenjo-daro, which is also a World Heritage Site. Its history goes back to 4,500 years, when a highly developed civilization flourished at this place along the river Indus in this area. And Sindh has various sites of Sufis and interesting landscape, as well as historical sites and forts and graveyards, as well as the mosques which were built during the various dynasty period. So lots to explore in this province in terms of history, and also the living culture, which is very colorful from Tharparkir to the interior Sindh. As well as a very, very interesting fabric which is made here since centuries is called ajrak. Ajrak is, over the years, have become a symbol of Sindhi culture and tradition. Rather, it has its traces going back to the Indus Valley civilization. And the more products are handmade, like jewelry, the bangles and the pottery and various other stuff. You see, for tourists, there are a lot to buy. When they go back, their suitcases are full of these items to offer as souvenirs to their friends and family members. Sindhi cuisine is also very popular all over Pakistan. The various dishes which are popular not only in Sindh, rather in Pakistan and outside Pakistan as well. Then we come down to Punjab. Punjab is the land which is the land of 5 rivers. And it is one of the most fertile and most populated province of Pakistan. And the greatest asset which Punjab has, I believe, is the city of Lahore. Lahore is basically a capital of the Punjab province, but it has great Mughal heritage, and rather it is contemporary to the Agra in Delhi in terms of its rich historical sites. Some people even say Lahore has more sites than even Delhi and Agra in terms of Mughal heritage. I hope the Shari Saab is sitting here. He will explain more about it. He's doing a wonderful job to create preservation and conservation work in the old city of Lahore, which is full of heritage sites. Lahore is also famous as a place of Basant festival, which takes place on the start of the spring season. And this is a great activity which taking place usually in February, and people from all over the world and from Pakistan, various cities, come to participate and enjoy this festival. Punjab is also, ladies and gentlemen, famous, especially the northern side of Punjab, the Son Valley in the Salt Range area, which is one of the places where oldest settlements have been explored along the Son River Valley. 500,000 human history relics have been explored in this area, and this is a place where Stone Age people used to live. This is also a place where in 326 BC, Alexander the Great fought battle with Raja Porus on the bank of River Jhelum, and still that place is marked as the memorial of Alexander the Great, who passed through this area on a long invasion journey from Macedonia to the Iraqi territories all the way from the Pakistan. Punjab's fertile landscape is very, very rich in terms of agriculture, and this is called the food basket of the country. And while traveling in Pakistan, you pass through the various rural landscape, which is very enchanting and full of culture, heritage, and this could be promoted as a rural tourism assets to attract foreign as well as domestic tourists. And Punjab Riverside and Punjab Cholistan Desert has some of the old indigenous communities living in, like these Mohanas who spend their whole life on board, and these Cholistani people who live in the desert of Cholistan. It's also one of the richest province in terms of heritage. Lots of traditional food products are available all around Punjab. It's a great cuisine, old and traditional as well. Punjab is also famous because of various sites of Sufi shrines like Multan, Uch Sharif, Pakpatan and Lahore. The number of sites which attracts lots of people who are interested in spirituality and Sufism. Side by side, there are also a number of sites of Hindu religion interest. The most important site is the Katas Raj, which is in the Salt Range area, and many other temples of Hindu Shaya period from 10th century to 11th century AD, which people can see. Rohtas is one of the largest fort and also a World Heritage Site located in the province of Punjab. Punjab, ladies and gentlemen, is also famous because of the birthplace of Sikh religion. Baba Guru Nanak, who was born here, he spent all his life preaching Sikhism, and the very well-kept Gurdwaras are available for going and exploring the Sikh heritage cultural sites in the province of Punjab. Chulasan Desert in the south of Punjab, touching the province of Sindh, is a great place for desert safari trips. And also, there's a great sites of Abbasi dynasty, the palaces and forts available, which can attract lots of people who are interested in history. As other provinces in Punjab, there are also lots of handmade products available almost in each town and city, which are available on very, very reasonable prices, and people usually buy in large quantity when they go back to their homes after sightseeing trip. Punjab bazaars are very colorful. These are some of the bazaars from the smaller towns even, were interesting over there. Then we come down to the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is a gateway town along the border of Afghanistan. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is a very, very diverse landscape from the mountains to the plain, and it has been a gateway of invaders who came all the way from Central Asia, invading into India, passing through this part of land. And the living culture of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province is also very, very rich, and this is also very attractive for tourism point of view. And one of the very special aspect of culture of KP is the Kilasha people who live in the three valleys of Chitral, and there are only 5,000 people who have maintained their culture since thousands of years, following a different religion, different tradition, and different way of life. Peshawar, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the oldest living city in the South Asia, and it has lots of historical sites, forts, and buildings which are attractive for tourism point of view. And one of the most important aspects in terms of history of KP province is the Gandhara. The piece of land from Peshawar to Swat and in between has been a land from where Mahayana Buddhism originated. It went all the way to Tibet and then to China, Korea, and Japan. And millions of Buddhists who are followers of Mahayana Buddhism, this is a land which is, for them, is just like Makkah and Medina. And you see this in this map, you can understand that there are so many sites of Buddhist monasteries available all the way from Peshawar to the Lower Swat, in between Madan, Chakdara, Swat, Lower Swat, and Swati. This is a great place where we can promote Gandhara as well as Buddhism and heritage tourism in this area. The cuisine of KPK is also very, very rich. There are lots of interesting food stuff available everywhere, and people really love to have that when they're traveling in this piece of land. Again, there are lots of variety of handmade products is available almost in each town and city, especially the Peshawar. The city is full of craftsmen who prepare various stuffs from the sandals to the brass plates and the carpets and the wooden work and many other stuff. Truck art is a popular stuff which is you can see while traveling on the roads in Pakistan everywhere. And especially this area is also famous because of the game of polo. The region of Chitral, where the highest polo field is located, is a home of polo which is played in its more regional form. Then in the north of KP province, we have very beautiful landscape of various valleys, Sawat, Karan, and Dil Kostan, and this area is very interesting for recreation tourism. Then we further move up to the area of Gilgit-Baltistan, which is the meeting place of great mountain ranges. Rather, it's a place where Hindu Kush, Himalaya, and Karakoram meet together. And this has 5 peaks over 8,000 meters and more than 100 peaks over 7,000 meters. And this is the place where we have also the longest glaciers outside polar region. And some of these landscapes are so interesting that it could easily fulfill the desire of adventure tourists who are interested to climb the high mountains, to do winter sport, the skiing, the paragliding, the rock climbing and the ice climbing. So quite a large number of adventure foreign tourists have started coming to Pakistan to enjoy various sports in these mountain areas. And the landscape in these mountains are so diverse. Somewhere you find this kind of rocky terrain in Skardu, and on the Hunza side, this kind of landscape along the Hunza River. And especially the traveling on Karakoram Highway itself is a great adventure. This is a road which links Pakistan with China, and if you're traveling on this road, you can encounter various beautiful landscapes. This is rather only road in the world from where you can travel and see one 8,000 meter peak and 7,000 meter peaks right from the window of your car. This is not possible anywhere else on the earth. And this is also the route which has been the ancient Silk Route, and linking China all the way to Central Asia with Europe and also the northern part of Pakistan. This is one of the aspects which you can explore if you're interested in history and architecture. And this kind of rock carvings are still available all along the Karakoram Highway. There are 5,000 sites have been marked where such ancient rock carvings which were made during the period of Silk Route are still visible today. And the culture of this region is also very, very rich, especially a diverse landscape, diverse culture we can see in this great province. The abundance of food products, fresh fruits, organic food, especially the apricots are available in large variety in this area. There's so many beautiful lakes as well, which people can go and explore by doing hiking. The wildlife diversity is also very, very rich in this area. And we also have our national animal Markhor. We have snow leopard, the ibex, the brown bear, and many other species which people can see. This is our national bird, Chakor, as well in these areas. Azad Kashmir is a region which is along the border of control of line with India. Very beautiful landscape, so rich in natural beauty, and again a lot of cultural aspect is available to explore in this area. A great Kashmiri cuisine, abundance of food make this region unique in terms of tourism in Pakistan. And of course, the beautiful city of Islamabad is the main hub from where you can start your journey in any direction to explore this beautiful country, which has a lot to offer in terms of tourism. Of course, the cricket is the game which is the passion of this nation. But side by side, you can also witness various other traditional sports while traveling in Pakistan. So lots of interesting traditional games you can watch while traveling in Pakistan besides cricket, hockey and other modern games. And lots of festivals which take place in various parts, either the main event, which is a lot of festivity you can see on that. And Pakistan is now progressing, infrastructure is getting better, and day by day there's quite a new development projects are coming up, and hopefully in the next 4 to 5 years, Pakistan will become one of the greatest tourist destinations in this region of the world. As you can see in this chart, in 2014, there was something 1.5 million tourists traveling to see various sites, which has already crossed the figure of 6.6 million in 2018. So this shows that there's a great progress in terms of the potential of tourism. Although we have a very small segment of foreign tourism so far, that's why Pakistan is still called the best kept secret in the tourism world in terms of foreign tourism. So for foreigners, there's quite a lot new to explore in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan government has now given quite a lot of priority to tourism sector. We have now a National Tourism Coordination Board. We have restructured PTDC. We have already e-visa facility for 191 countries. A national tourism strategy has been formulated. Mr. Sumaira Isaac is sitting here. He has worked quite a lot on this strategy to develop a national action plan for next 5-year and a strategy for next 10 years. We have now various integrated tourism plan which provinces are making to improve the infrastructure. A tourism brand is almost ready to be launched. A national minimum standards have been made and now they are becoming essential part of improving the standard of services in tourism sector. An e-portal is also going to be launched along with the brand of Pakistan, and hopefully it will provide all the information which tourists require about Pakistan. Skardu Airport, ladies and gentlemen, has been declared an international, and very soon we are expecting direct international flights landing here. PDDC is now in the process of privatizing all its motel and rest houses, and this is again a great opportunity for private and investment in the government infrastructure. People are now getting these properties on lease, long lease about 20 years, and we are trying to make all these motels up to the standard of 3-star facility. Pak-China corridor, which is in the final stages of its now main infrastructure, has quite a lot new opportunities coming to develop tourism infrastructure all along this route, which is linking China via Punjab pass to the Gowada. And the various tourism economic zone which has been identified, and number of new investment opportunities will come, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much. This is my presentation. If you have any question, we can tackle that after other speakers speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, what a great presentation. I really commend. We have already covered Pakistan in a detailed way with all our 6 great provinces and great area to visit. We all feel here sitting as if we should go there and see immediately. Thank you so much, especially the explanation which you do in Baltistan, which is a super way with the history says so, and especially Gilgit-Baltistan, the progress which you mentioned there with the opening of airport. I commend PGDC for doing all this. I commend the Pakistan government for providing list of facilities on that, and especially the forming of the board and providing the facility. I am sure you are ready, getting ready, but these people who will go back to Pakistan, they can have these facilities there. Thank you again for your leadership, and thank you for joining for us. I really highly obliged to you for this, and we'll continue hand in hand for all that period to come. Possibly every quarterly we're going to promote together with Nadeem Saab and of course Hassan Rafiq Saab. I think I admire Hassan Rafiq Saab for his TV station, Discover Pakistan, which is the first travel TV station of the world. I applaud him for his coming all the way. Really, he can promote because television takes you anywhere in the world, and I'm sure with his support we will have a lot of tourists in Pakistan. Thank you for coming, Hassan Rafiq Saab here. I further want to recognize some important personality has come here, especially Mr. Adib Ijaz. I want to applaud him for coming here. He is doing a great work in Cambodia as a people of determination. He had an event here a few days ago with the First Lady, and it was really admirable. They all come from Pakistan to here in this Pakistan Pavilion under Pakistan Business Professional Council. Thank you very much for all the team. I also identify Durgana Sahib here sitting there, the media president of Pakistan, she's here, and she has a great contribution on the media of Pakistan. Thank you for coming. Also, I recognize Waqas Riaz Sahib, who came, who is our member for the council. They came from Pakistan, also doing great work on the immigration side, which he provides facilities to Pakistanis, and I commend him for coming here and joining with us. Thank you so much. Last is Ashad Anil Saab, the media guy who always here and always cover us, which is so important for us. I saw him here. So thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Lashari Saab to, just give me a second. Kamran Lashari Sahab, he is the Director General of World City of Lahore. As Aftab Rahman mentioned that he can more explain. I have been visit to the World City of Lahore. I have seen that, all the gates. And now, with that, we want to invite Mr. Kamran Lashari Saab. He's on virtual here. Mr. Kamran Lashari, please. Can you connect to him? And if you have a presentation, we can give the screen to him. Thank you again, Aftab Rana Saab.
Pakistan, a newly discovered land of opportunities. With its growing economy and rich heritage, it is home to many cultures and languages. It hosts 4 seasons of multicolors. Adorned with historical and natural fortunes, Pakistan is with the breathtaking destinations, from sky-soaring mountain ranges to series of valleys, meadows and beaches. Every view carries a piece of heaven. There is beauty even in the barren deserts of South. In between both extremes, it hosts countless mausoleums, mosques, gardens, and lakes. Nurtured by nature, Pakistani economy is boosted by agriculture, with food reservoirs, hectares of fertile land, diversified weather conditions, abundance of rain, strong canal irrigation network, and hard-working farmers making agriculture a strongest financial pulse. Pakistan's manufacturing sectors, flourishing with cotton, textile, leather, apparels, and cement industry. Known for its highest quality handmade sports goods, the footballs manufactured by Pakistani artisans kicked the FIFA World Cup more than once. Pakistan has emerged as one of the ultimate tourist destinations for 2020 and beyond. With the exotic mix of barren mountains of Balochistan to the scenic untapped beaches of Gwadar, Pakistan is home to incredibly beautiful and staggering landscapes. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor initiative of both friendly neighboring countries is yet another venture to explore investments and bilateral trades. Its road linkage between Gwadar port and the China's province of Xinjiang will be the biggest game changer and shall provide a new connectivity to the world through Old Silk Route. There is ongoing development taking place in the infrastructure across Pakistan. The largest motorway and rail networks spread across cities connects the whole country together. Pakistanis are known as most hospitable people, inherited from rich culture and values. Food and fashion are celebrated in the country every day. Pakistan is on a path to prosperity and stability the country has never seen before. On the brighter side, there's a lot the world needs to know, see, and experience of Pakistan. It's about time to discover Pakistan.
Hello everybody, Assalamu alaikum. So, if you permit me, let me talk about the tourism, focusing upon Lahore. Am I audible to everybody?
Very good. Yeah, very much audible.
Okay. We have talked about Pakistan in general and the potentials and whatever measures have been taken. In Lahore, I must say that Lahore is supposed to be the cultural capital of Pakistan. And when it comes to history, culture, cuisine, then and festivities, I think Lahore stand out among all other cities. And it's unique in the sense that now the government in the last some years has a dedicated autonomous body for the old Lahore, that is the Walled City Lahore Authority that I represent. So that may have happened in very few historic cities of the world, that it has a separate, body which is focused just on preservation, planning, and development of these walled city. As a result, I can say that in the last 10 years, few things have happened which are a bit remarkable. One is that street tourism has taken place for the first time in Pakistan. I must say that this is a new thing which has happened in an organized and in a truly touristic manner. Because normally we just show the natural sites or the historic monuments which are of the Mughal times, but showing how we live, how our living conditions are, how we commerce, trade, and our businesses and our mahallas and cities. So that's to a portion of the walled city has been really cleaned up, has gone through a major infrastructural changes, as well as the restoration work of certain monuments. So we have now lots of people coming, locals as well as some foreigners, to see the street tourism. And then another one thing which has happened for the first time is lighting up the entire historic fort and the ensemble there, and conducting a night tour every Saturdays. And that's a story built around meeting the emperor, and the costume people, and certain performances take place, which is happening for the last 4 years and is pretty popular. I can run through a few slides just to give the idea to our viewers of, this is the map of the old city. Out of the 12 gates, 6 survive and 6 are just now empty exit points. And so I've just talked about this administrative body. I'll move on that the project has started at the Royal Trail, which we call the trail which the Mughals adopted coming from Delhi. That is how it is called, the Delhi Gate. Now you can see that how this whole place has been cleaned up of the wires coming underground. And we started from the green portion, that is phase number 1, and moved on to the other 2 portions. When we say we have done the project, it basically means 2 things: infrastructure services and facade improvement. And infrastructure services take us 60-70% of our time, effort, and money, and yet it is not seen by the people, but it is basically meant to improve the living conditions of the people, so that the locals own up what we are doing, and they find that certain things are happening, not only to preserve historic areas, but also their own mahallas and their living conditions. So these are the conditions in which we have worked. Not for the day that we shut down or closed the street, and we worked in these hard conditions, let people move, let their karobar carry on. And then some very narrow streets, these are called the elbow streets, and every street has had now a new, I'm talking about the project areas, a new infrastructure after 100 years. And so this is the look of the main trail, how it looked like, and this is how it is now. So this is the previous look, and this is the present image. And so this Gully Sultan Singh, which has gone pretty viral, people wonder if it is part of Pakistan or somewhere in Spain or something. Anyways, this is before and after, and this is how we now draw crowds there, and there are batters, and there are some street performers there. You can see that Matke Wala playing on the picture, the Ghada, and some buildings before and after. And now this is a look. And then our partners, I need to talk about mostly about the Aga Khan Trust for Culture, who have been our partners from day one virtually. And then we do get some, let's say, a window of sponsorship from the other that I mentioned. And this is the Wazir Khan Mosque and Shahi Hammam, which fall upon our project areas. Both have been done up. And the Shahi Hammam has been conserved through Aga Khan Trust and the partnership of WCLA. And we got a tweet from William Dalrymple saying that this is the best architectural restoration project that he has seen anywhere in South Asia. So some of the images that this is how it used to look like, the surroundings, now this is how it is, and this is how it was, this is now, and so there's a major change in terms of excavation, exploration, and digging out the actual levels and the systems of, this is the award that has been given to this project by the UNESCO, and this is the kind of functions that we hold at the outer courtyards. So keeping our historic spaces alive and spiritful is also another approach that we have taken, that apart from restoration, you have to connect the buildings with the people. And this is the Wazir Khan Mosque facade. It was blocked with a series of shops, about 60, 70 of those, and those have been removed and cleared. And now the look, you will be amazed to see how the look is now. So this is how the hujras were, half of them buried and just used as welding, machines and factories. So all this has been cleared, and now we're turning this into Crafts Bazaar. This is how the space is being used. Can you imagine the same chalk is now a community place, and this is how Sufi music, etc., take place over there. And similarly, the other portion of the mosque is also now, the southern side also done up. And this is the stage which is set up, and the houses behind have also gone through this kind of restoration. So this is Dinanath Well, and this is how it is. And similarly, a lot of things at the Lahore Fort, but I think I would rather not tax you more, but the whole fort has been cleaned up, its horticulture, and its management, and flowers, and the level. Now people also take care of it, and we do not see them littering. And this picture wall is the largest picture mosaic wall in the world. And this has been through derelict time, but now this is the look. For 6 years we have been working on this, and you can see the old and the new look. And we had the pleasure of having Prime Minister come to inaugurate this picture wall, and also another project called the Royal Kitchens, which was shut away from the people for 40, 50 years, and it was with wild growth and a no-go area. But now, again, it is all done up, and we have used this space for functions, and it's come to life. So this is Sufi music, etc. So I think this is unending, but let me wind it up here. And another is this Barun Khana. This also had this kind of problems, but now it has been turned into a conserved and turned into this night view. and bus coverage. Actually, so these are few efforts, but I need to mention that the walled city is expanding all over Punjab for conservation projects. We have at the moment 12 shrines, we have 9 churches at hand, we have 1 temple in Southport, and DC office Sakoda, and many other places, including AJK, Muzaffarabad Fort, is also being done by the Walled City Lahore Authority for its conservation. So I see a huge potential, and I see a lot of interest coming in the old Lahore, and we are going to have many more projects in the coming years, so that we attract more and more tourists. I don't know if I should end here or should.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kamran Ashari Sahab. What a great presentation you have of the walled city. You explained in detail. Just from my experience, I was there 10 days ago in Lahore, and I was on the street of that, and there was a restaurant called Andaz, a famous restaurant there where we have dinner. And earlier, before I went to Bashai Mosque, where they perform nikah, and I can see the rush. There's a memorable nikah happening there with bride and the groom coming with the family, and maybe every day he performed nearly 30, 40 nikah over there. So I appreciate the authority which has been formed and such a great work done. This presentation is really now relayed, and we were not aware that so much work has been done. I've seen the gates which 6 gates survived. I walked there before early, maybe 10 years ago, and then now I've been there. It is completely changed. I really commend for the authority for doing such a great work, and this is such an attraction for tourists, and especially Pakistanis there in Pakistan, overseas Pakistani, and the foreigner. It's a really broad and historical area, especially Shahi Hammam with all UNESCO award. And I commend Khan Trust for doing the great job. Thank you very much again, Kamran Ashari.
Thank you. And the people sitting there, they have been always such a great help. So Samara and the MD and of course the Discovery Pakistan, there are great partners and supporters, and Shahid Nadeem Saab, my compliments to all of them. It's always a team work.
Thank you, Kamran Saab. It was great to include you for this event, and it is very informative, and the audience which is looking there, they have a great memory for this. I'm sure this is a good impact going to be. Now I would like to invite Dr. Kaisar Rafiq Saab, CEO of Discover Pakistan. As I said, his television is one of the world's first travel TV channel, and I'm sure with him and his organization, Pakistan tourism will be promoted more. Please, Dr. Saab.
Pakistan, a newly discovered land of opportunities. With its growing economy and rich heritage, it is home to many cultures and languages. It hosts 4 seasons of multicolors. Adorned with historical and natural fortunes, Pakistan is with the breathtaking destinations, from sky-soaring mountain ranges to series of valleys, meadows and beaches. Every view carries a piece of heaven. There is beauty even in the barren deserts of South. In between both extremes, it hosts countless mausoleums, mosques, gardens, and lakes. Nurtured by nature, Pakistani economy is boosted by agriculture, with food reservoirs, hectares of fertile land, diversified weather conditions, abundance of rain, strong canal irrigation network, and hard-working farmers making agriculture a strongest financial pulse. Pakistan's manufacturing sectors, flourishing with cotton, textile, leather, apparels, and cement industry. Known for its highest quality handmade sports goods, the footballs manufactured by Pakistani artisans came to the FIFA World Cup more than once. Pakistan has emerged as one of the ultimate tourist destinations for 2020 and beyond. With the
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, thank you very much, Dr. Anis, for making this beautiful event happen. Shahid Nadeem Saab, the gentleman, he is all the way living in Vienna, Austria, and thinking always about Pakistan. Even motivating us all the time that we have to do, wherever we are sitting, we have to do something on our part. Thank you, Sumaira, the lady behind the Pakistan's tourism's new vision 2020 and beyond. She's the brain behind what all the things Rana Aftab, PGDC MD discussed about and talked about, how they are going to promote. And now, thank you very much all of you for being part of it. Talking about media, you can see the power of media. Just few images, just 3 minutes of video will make anyone move. Pakistan, I always say that Pakistan is not suffering from tourism, actually not having the tourism. Actually, Pakistan is suffering from having bad perception. That is the problem. And that's what we all need to fix it. Especially, I see here lots of faces, mashallah, very prominent faces from the UAE business community, media community. And most of you know that I also lived here over 10 years. And this was my motivation also, that go to Pakistan and do something about this perception issue. We have everything. I was involved in some tourism, as well as I was involved in, I was an advisor to the ruling family of Dubai here while I was here. And I have advised on various issues, including tourism as well as the business development and some political issues as well. And the case study of UAE, especially Dubai, is Pakistan need to really follow. Lots of people ask me, what was the motivation behind Discover Pakistan? So I tell them, one of the guy from Vienna, actually I was in Vienna and I was giving some lecture there, and as soon as I finished my speech, Austrian citizen, he stood up on his seat and he said, Dr. Kaiser, I learned that you are from Pakistan and I need to ask you a question. I said, please do. He asked me, do you guys have cars in your country? This was really a question coming from a very learned person. So this is the perception. When I'm talking about the perception, this is what it is. And always they say perception is stronger than the reality. Learning from UAE case study, if we compare it, but if we see the UAE tourism and especially the tourism of Dubai in numbers, Sumaira, who has also worked for and who also advised tourism authority here in Dubai and gave them lots of ideas, and not only here but in Africa as well, she would know that what Pakistan has is lot more than UAE, lot more than Dubai. Here in Dubai, what we and I would say we, because I was also a part of it, we played with desert, we played with beach, development, and maybe the food tourism later on when you are talking about, later on when people came here and then they opened lots of restaurants. So these 4 or 5 things, there were no mountains, there were no peaks, there were no rivers, there were no, I mean, it's just amazing what we have. We have some, if you go up in north, you go in south, I never knew myself that right next to Hyderabad, we have a snow. We have mountains there and we have snow. And even people living in Pakistan, they didn't know that. So Alhamdulillah, Discover Pakistan is playing a great role, and especially during the pandemic. What happened is all the Pakistanis, especially the Pakistanis who could afford tourism,